The Adelaide Casino Stadium Super Trucks on the streets of Adelaide, their Australian spiritual home, getting set for race number 2 here. Sean Cermity alongside me, Matt Nolte, Robbie Gordon and Bill Hines on the front row. Hines becoming very accustomed to the front row.
Well, you saw early in race number 1, he yanked the start right off the bat. No one has more poles. I mean, it's got to be close to, like you said, 200 poles or something for Bill Hines. But then on down, as you see some of the drivers on the grid here, faster drivers from yesterday's race, starting back in row 6. However, just before he went into the race, it's been basically a 24-hour protest from Sheldon Creed about a call that was made saying that he got off into the marbles yesterday and went from 3rd all the way back to last place, penalized. So after going through all the cameras, all the in-car cameras, it was ultimately pretty much proven that he did not get in the marbles, but what done was what done. So you'll see him, the way it's gridded up here on your screen is a little off. Sheldon Creed won that. So he got 3rd place points for the weekend. So now you see him all the way back, starting in 10th position. So a little bit of change on the grid that just happened, but Sheldon protested that one in his Speed Energy Toro Tire truck, and he won. So congratulations to him, and now he's got his work cut out for him as he's starting back in the very back of the pack with himself, Paul Morris, Matty Brabham, Craig Dantas. But it's the rabbit that's going to be out in front right now. That is Robbie Gordon. We don't see Robbie Gordon on the front row very often here. So all these guys, man, they've got their work cut out for him to catch that man.
He'll be hard to stop. That's him right-hand side in his regular colours, the Speed Energy colours. Left-hand side, Bill Hines, a new sponsor with him this weekend, Flurio Milk, a local South Aussie milk company, which have been helping him out both with this and his Aussie racing car, which he's been having to steer off this weekend as he gets set. Beautiful day here in Adelaide. Not as hot as what we had for practice and qualifying, but certainly warm conditions.
You see the green flag is up. We'll see that green flag getting dropped here in just a moment. And they are going races. This is set for 8 laps, 4 laps, then into a mandatory competition caution, followed up with 3 laps, dragged to the checkered flag as they go about ready to drop the green rag. And they are going to be off and racing momentarily. We're about to see some major paint getting swapped. New bonnets, new hoods, new body panels on a lot of these trucks that are soon going to be going right back into the garbage. They are off and running.
And Bill Hines again got the jump, and Robbie Gordon, he's awake up to this. Race number 2 is away down to the centre chicane. Looking from Robbie Gordon's entry back at Hines. Behind him is Jeff Hoffman. The Hoff is back in the field after visiting the beach yesterday, just the right-hand side. We're on board with Craig Dantas taking the run up to Wakefield Street.
Look at them get through turns 1 and 2. Easy there, nice and smooth, no problems. Not a lot of contact just yet. Out in front right now, Robbie Gordon, no big surprise, starting on the pole, able to get a jump on everyone. Paul Morris goes to the inside on one of the Royal Purple drivers right there as they go 2 wide. 3 wheels, a good feeling for the whole pack right there as they get ready to go down into the first jump. The big Patters jump, jumping down the hill here in just a moment. So far, some clean racing, Matt Nolte.
This is not good news for the guys further back like Morris, Brabham and Creed, because they're getting stacked up while Gordon disappears. But if you don't watch this on a regular basis, a competition caution brings them all back.
Well, I think right now, if I was one of these guys in the back of the pack, I'm thinking I'm not going to get in the lead before the comp caution, but I have to get myself far enough through the pack so I'm in a position to strike. As right now goes to the outside, or the inside, I'm sorry, Matty Brabham goes real wide, a little bit of paint swapping. Eric Davis, Toby Price, I don't know if it's Harlan or Hoffman in one of the Royal Purple trucks, back and forth right there. You see that McDonald's truck up on 3 wheels. Toby Price getting the right pedal down to the metal. On the gas. We see some trucks around, smoke all over the place.
It's at Melbourne, it is, and a TRG transport entry, so to the back, and lucky we didn't have more trucks involved. It's up to the final ramp at the hairpin, and plenty of Toyo tyres being locked up onto the course, and Eric Davis is turning his form around this weekend. He's up to 4th position. There was a quick shot of Sheldon Creed with Boost Mobile, and Craig Dantas has spun at the back of the field.
Dantas is around, but look at Toby Price starting in 9th position, all the way up in 2nd before lap number 1 was even completed. That man is on a mission right now, the Dakar superstar. Toby Price driving that McDonald's truck like a madman.
So Gordon, after breaking an axle yesterday, Cameron Vanendungen just updating me from pit lane. That's why the truck wasn't out there. Or not competitive anyway. We're 3 wide up to the top. That's Greg Gardner.
Gardner in the 410. He's smiling away as he's in there, smoke bellowing off those Toyo tires as he runs it in real deep. There is Robbie Gordon on the gas, looking good. We're going to get a replay. Oh, boy, all of them on the gas.
Imagine if we could go and call from that part. Oh, that's one of the rubbing the ball. One of the Royal Purple Racing Oils entry. I think it was Harlan. It was.
Yeah, really letting her eat.
Seriously.
Harlan.
Did you work on that one last night?
No, Dave, just off the top of my head, look at
awful.
him. Never even lifting at all, just letting that truck eat wide open, not scrubbing any speed whatsoever. Now it looks like out in front we have a lead change. Toby Price out in front. He's going to be happy about that. Toby has seen podiums before in Stadium Super Truck Racing. Right there, going 3 wide. You see Sheldon Creed, Gardner, and I believe Brabham. Back and forth. Robbie takes the lead from Price. Price takes it back again as they're side by side going into this jump. Going over the Castro Edge jump. Price still out in front. Gordon settling back a little bit as they break. We saw Mingay last year having trouble on that ramp, breaking too hard and then getting over on that jump. See these guys properly braking. A lot of smoke coming off the tires as they come into that ramp. Now they come around. That is completion of lap number 1. Out in front, Toby Price, Robbie Gordon, Eric Davis in P3. Heck of a run for Eric Davis.
It's incredible. Mixed bag at the top. Here's Dontas trying to come back from the rear of the field as he finishes off the second lap here. Well, Toby Price, he might be nursing an injury, but showing a great turn of speed here aboard the McDonald's Preston Hire entry. We stay on board with Dontas, yesterday's race winner, aggressively across the center chicane. Actually had to lift.
Yeah, I mean, Dontas is running so well this weekend. His second time out, and CM Super Truck's first time a few months back in Surfers Paradise. Having a little bit of trouble there, but a win yesterday and now pushing so hard. Really impressive run by Dontas.
What a pass here. This is what we were watching a few moments ago. This is from Robbie Gordon's in-car camera here, the Speed Energy Drinks entry, down to the hairpin. What I liked about this was he went around the outside, which we don't see many people do. Got the run out here, more traction out the turns. Price on the inside here, and Gordon says, I'll try something new. You guys said it can't be done. I just proved we could.
There it is. Did you see? You can see the whites of Robbie Gordon's eyes in there. Just full concentration. Racing Toby Price there. You know, there was once a time Robbie Gordon was dominant in this series. These other guys, these talented drivers, have found out how to make these trucks go fast, how to put down a good lap. And Toby Price, he's one of those guys that can win this. Robbie Gordon, he's got to push and push and push, even just to contend with some of these competitors.
Well, Toby Price's best finish came here last year in second position. That was in race number 2. Could go one better here today, but Gordon, many victories in here. He picked up a win on the Gold Coast last year and at Townsville. Locks the break again, and now Gordon down the inside. Is it enough?
No.
Yes, it is, but spins himself out.
Robbie Gordon brings himself around all on his own, leaving Toby Price out in front. Behind him, Paul Morris has been making his way through the pack. Bad news for our leaders right now, though. Sheldon Creed now in P3. Robbie Gordon drops all the way back to P4. Awesome racing going on so far, but let's keep in mind we have not seen a lot of Matty Brabham. That doesn't mean he's going slow. Matty Brabham is so methodical. He's not the one to wreck the truck. He's not the one to pile into everyone. He's not going to one hit the wall. He's nice and easy keeping that truck in one piece. We're going to see him in a position to strike at the end of this race, I guarantee you.
Absolutely, and his old sparring partner here. These guys went stroke for stroke in race 1 in 2016. Don't give me that look. Up to the top of Hutt Street they go. Morris, who was a bit quiet in qualifying, some big setup changes to the Super G Bordeaux entry, but looks like he's back in flavor country now.
Yes, he is right now. A lot of pressure having Sheldon Creed right on his back right there, going back and forth over that Castro Edge. Robbie Gordon right behind his teammate, Sheldon Creed. You see still out front, Toby Price. You're now on board with Robbie Gordon. A great shot of the Creed and the Dude battle right now. Hungry Jacks for Speed Energy. These guys, and Creed do the outside. Dude took his line away. Creed went to the very outside. Can he make it stick? The Dude lets him have it, not putting too much pressure on him, not even leaning on him. Nice clean pass by Creed. Creed goes into P2.
And Morris right down the middle of the road. He's not going to let the other Speed Energy truck through on the inside. That's Gordon. They come around to collect the competition. Caution next by halfway home. And Toby Price's 3.7 second lead is almost zero as Morris almost ended up in the pit paddock.
He did. The Dude almost off in the pucker weeds there, getting real sideways off that Castro Edge ramp. You see him getting ready to come around and complete lap 4. Right now it is Toby Price, Creed, the Dude, and Robbie Gordon. Matty Brabham rounded out the top 5. We should be picking up the mandatory competition caution here shortly. They're going to pack the pack back up again. Looks like we have one of the Royal Purple trucks has lost its hood or its bonnet as well. We should see them, I believe they're going to take this caution around turn 8 as we're going to start slowing the pack down. That was the plan in the driver's meeting. But right now, out in front, Toby Price looking really good. Had a great battle with Robbie Gordon going through, but Gordon making a mistake all on his own. Sent him all the way back now to P4. Great battle in between the dude and Robbie Gordon. See him on board nice and easy. These guys, they're so talented. This top 4 or 5 groups of trucks right here. We are set in place for an amazing last couple laps of this race when they take this last and final green flag. I mean, we have the cream of the crop has rose to the top right now for these last few laps.
And there is the competition caution. It comes out as Toby Price stacks the field up. Creed second, Morris in third, Gordon in fourth, and Matt Brabham completing the top 5 halfway home in race number 2. So, watching this from the previous lap, and right against the inside, well, the Armco barrier, and that's contact, pretty significant contact on the left-hand side.
Well, you know, that's tough right there. That's what you got to do to break an axle and take yourself out of the race. Look at that whole truck kind of almost tacos up a little bit right there in the hood. You can see it. So he hit that wall pretty hard. Hopefully that truck's going to be able to continue on for these last few laps and make it, but that's what breaks axles in Stadium Super Trucks.
Fairly hard to apply the brakes when it's mid-air, but Robbie Gordon spun around at the top of the Adelaide hairpin, which dropped him back behind these guys. Price locked up that brake 2 or 3 times. It was an ambitious move, but I'm sure he'd been planting the brake down. It's not stopping.
Absolutely.
It's not stopping.
You see, now that just shows how hard these drivers are pushing. For Robbie Gordon to spin out by himself, that doesn't normally happen. So for that to happen, you know these guys are giving it everything they've got.
So the competition caution is in the books in race number 2 of the Adelaide Casino Stadium Super Trucks. Price, Creed, Morris and Gordon as the green flag waves here in Adelaide. Price has got a whole lot of talent stacking up behind him as he moves the truck down the inside to protect the racing line into the center chicane.
Woo, going into that chicane, getting ready to come into that hard left-hander and drag race up the hill. We've got the best of the best in Stadium Super Trucks competitors right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are ready for a wild last couple of laps.
Look at Morris. Morris on the inside. This is Gordon. He'll push him along the road here down into the staircase. I'd love to see Toby Price get the job done, but man,